Is disappointment a curse? Is it? Let's check out. So, your startup organization that is gaining attention, there you are. You had a fantastic last month and you worked really hard and created a record revenue for the first time in the last 1 year. You have shared the good record story to your team, your family, and yourself a number of times. Your mind is already thinking of buying that fancy, luxurious item that you glanced through on Amazon. Wow! Excitement, the power to buy what I want, how I want, feels empowered, right? Not actually. The client you so feverishly worked with last month seems to not be answering your calls for clearing the payment. You smile and say, it's alright, we will get the payment. But days turn to a fortnight and worry starts creeping in. Bill due date shows up, reminder emails here, a call there. No success yet. I think I should give some more time. Now, whether you're running a bootstrapped startup or you're a college student who has worked hard to get the scores, you could even be a single parent trying to make your child costly school expense met. You could be a senior manager leading a team of 60 leaders, or you could be a housewife who's just thinking of creating a livelihood. Disappointment does strike. Specifically, when you're anticipating a more positive good news to occur. You expect something better and something worse turns up. How does it feel? Now hear me out for a minute, will you? No one loves disappointment, but disappointment does come. Yes, it does. It could come in the form of delays, setback, errors, you being let down, financial crunch, conflicts, heartbreaks, commitment not honored, or it could be the designer who got you the wrong dress size for your cherished Valentine Day. It could even be that your presentation was awfully received, and the list could go on. As I picturize the disappointment, it gives me for sure a bitter feeling in my deepest self. Think for a minute. Your disappointment could drive you crazy. You could throw up bitterness on your family or even people you work with. It could lead you to a pity party. Why me? Or why do I have to be the only one struggling during this time while the whole world is celebrating? How do people get the 6-figure salary? How do people get so many assignments? Why am I not invited? Why is it such a big struggle? Or your disappointment could help you to see your truest, authentic self. You know, your recent setback may lead you to slowly killing your enthusiasm, joy, and dream by being cynical about your big dream. You would say, I was a fool to even think of achieving that large goal. Now, I'm struggling even to survive financially. What a loser. It could lead you to bury your exciting goal and vision you just shared with your friends and colleagues in the meeting. Some of us may be engulfed with fear when disappointment visits you. My question to you is, my friend, when disappointment visits you, how do you react? Shows a lot about who you really are. Now, disappointment is sure to come, but like I say, when a wave comes, go deeper and find out more. Your disappointment may be a reminder for you to spend some time alone with yourself, without your gadget, task, and transaction, and find out what is really going on. Your disappointment could uncover a pattern of your life which is slowly destroying you and your family. Now, some people find comfort in sharing their disappointment with friends, which is fine, and there is definitely a place to share with a trusted buddy. However, they do not stop there. They will share it around with almost everyone, whoever will hear the disappointment saga. You would hear them say, I am so unlucky, so unfortunate. They rejected me. Why did you do that to me? Why the hell did the client delay the payment? Now, if you observe the statement closely, all of it, though may be genuine, are all putting a blame on someone else. May I just say, grief and disappointments visit us to help us learn about ourselves and grow through that situation and discover the real you. The key word here is take ownership of your disappointment. When disappointment arrives, it is important to dissect or separate the emotions from the situation. As Tony Robbins states, disappointment can either drive you or defeat you. My question to you today is your disappointment driving you to move forward, or is it letting you throw the towel and give up. Let's apply the rocket principle to the situation here. Imagine with me. The pressure created by the controlled explosion taking place inside the rocket engine is a force called thrust. That pressure accelerates the gas one way and the rocket the other. The thrust for the rocket continues as long as its engine are firing. In its truest sense, when you and I go through disappointment, the pressure in that situation, which is hot, fueling with emotions and energy, can actually thrust you forward to find solutions. But not only that, it can also help us to identify our life patterns that might be contrary or even an obstacle to our goals. So in fact, disappointment can be a good thing in a way, for it will push you forward if you choose to take it that way. It will help you to identify your life patterns and change it if you want to. As Jim Rohn says, if you want to change your life, you got to change. In fact, just like the rocket, the more fire, pressure, thrust the rocket gets, the more higher it moves into space and explores new things. Similarly, you and I have been created to reach greater heights that most of us cannot even comprehend. The disappointment is sometimes a push to get up, rise up, and to reach to your biggest dream, your universal higher calling that you've been created for. One great example of this Indian cricketing legend, Sachin Tendulkar, he played better in disappointment and great pressures and created the tons of hundreds for the country. Now, a good question of introspection is, what if the payment that was delayed might be because you haven't set up a process of a clear payment timeline to your client? What if you didn't proactively inform the client when you signed the contract? Or you could have not proactively kept the fund in reserve for the next month. Champions like you and me are created when the muscle of our heart and mind are exercised in disappointment, in setbacks and delays. So my friend, disappointment, though not loved, even I don't love it, is actually a gift to push us to change what we would normally never want to if given a choice. So finally, how should you and I handle disappointment? I suggest, number 1, go and spend some time alone with yourself right now. That's a good thing. Because when you introspect and you spend time alone with yourself, you will come to know what's really boiling under the surface of setback or disappointment. Discover what is really fueling inside. Ask yourself, what are you feeling? What am I feeling right now? That's number 2. Number 3, separate your emotions from the situation and ask, what is this teaching me? Number 4, dive deeper and find out, why did it even happen? Has this happened earlier as well? If yes, why? Number 5, ask yourself, what life patterns must I change to align myself to my goals? Number 6, find your solution and action it. Number 7, stop using the bandage method. Remember, the same disappointment will keep coming back to you if you don't deal with the root cause of it today. Stop doing patchwork. Find out the root cause. Number 8, share your life lesson with someone who will need it to affirm your learning to oneself. What I mean by this is, when you've gone through a setback and disappointment, when you have introspected, you've learned from it, you've written down your learning, share it with somebody who is a great friend to you or somebody whom you can trust. From that, the learning will be reiterated and you will ensure that you are moving forward with the learning. Number 9, learn from your disappointment and grow to a better you. You are a champion anyways. You just have to live it. Number 10, smile. Go out and have fun. Celebrate your learning. Even in disappointment, don't sulk. Don't stay alone only. Go out, have fun. Celebrate your learning. So when disappointment visits you, my friend, it could be a time that you could celebrate the learning because you would have never received that learning otherwise. Number 11, remember, even this phase, no matter how painful it is, will pass. Hold your head up. And number 12, don't give up, my friend. Don't give up. Stand strong. Stay hopeful. My friend, the person who's speaking to you about this is a person who was a laborer on the road who had to fetch food when he was 15. So if I will not give up, I believe you will not give up. Finally, let me close this with a quote. Your greatest breakthrough happens when you come to know a truth about yourselves. I hope you've learned something. Keep growing, keep learning, and stay wowsome. Signing off, Dsouza. Bye-bye.